What do you know about slavery, dude, in the world today? Speaking of the mic.
I know a lot of it has to do with human trafficking. There's like different ways, and like especially like children and young women. There's like text messages going around where they have them go somewhere and they kidnap them, and that's all part of the slavery.
All right. What do you know about slavery?
Like in the modern day?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, a lot of human trafficking. Like I think I heard a story of some woman who almost got human trafficked in a parking lot at a Walmart, and so it's like closer and scarier than we
So
think.
how many slaves are there in the world today?
I have no clue. Millions.
Compared to in the past?
I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I think it's a lot worse now. It's just like not talked about or not heard. Like, it's all low key.
How do you support slavery?
I guess slavery takes many forms, like nowadays, and it depends on your definition of slavery. If you mean by like
Slavery when
obviously,
you are
like,
forced. Here, let me give you a definition. Not like I work at Walmart and so I'm a slave because they won't pay me overtime. It's like, no, you are forced to work for no pay. And if you don't work, it's fear of death or punishment, coercion of some sort. You are forced.
Okay, so like,
Bodily forced.
so like like the people who like sew clothes in sweatshops, they don't count as slaves.
No, they do. Well, some of them
yeah.
do. Yep.
Okay, well then in that case, like like this jacket is from H&M. Like I buy clothing in like normal stores, so that of course contributes to like that system of slavery.
Yep. Okay. Wait, so you're admitting to wait, hang on. Hey y'all. Hang on. Your classmate, you're African American, right?
Yes.
You trace your ancestry to slavery.
Yes.
So your classmate just said that she has clothes that are made by slaves. And you do, by the way, all through your wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what would your ancestors say about that?
I honestly don't know. I mean, they wouldn't look too favorably upon it, I would assume.
I mean, what do you think, though? I mean, do you think they...
I think they'd be like, oh, like, well, why not buy clothes that are not made by slaves, or why not make your own clothes? But
Okay, let me ask you that. Why? Do you have your cell phone?
Not on me.
Well, here,
no.
I have mine. So how long do you think it would take me to find on my phone, right here, places even in State College, but certainly back home for you, where you could buy clothing that's not made by slaves? How long do you think it would take me?
A little while, unless it's like someone who like makes clothes themselves.
30 seconds, maybe?
Yeah, well, it's the internet. Maybe like 15, 10.
Okay, so you could get on your phone and you could get that information and you don't. What do you think your ancestors would say to you who were slaves?
I think they would say to just, like, to get the like clothes that don't require slave labor to make.
Dude, your family's from Sudan, and you're from North Sudan, dude. You know what's going on in South Sudan, my friend? You know how many people have died in South Sudan because of your people?
I'm aware of that. Yeah, I'm not proud of it. None of us are really proud of what's going on down there, and like it's all part of the problem. Like there's no one out there like taking that step out there. No one's out there taking that initiative. People are just watching, and that's part of the problem with that as well.
Dude, okay, you're clothes. So you have clothes made by slaves, right? Okay. So like, who's no one? Because all you got to do is get on your phone and figure out, dude, does Tommy Hilfiger, where's this sourced? Like, where's the cotton from? Where's it all from? Like, what's it about? This right here, my friend, almost guaranteed is material with slave labor in it. Guaranteed.
I don't think you're lying. I believe you. But one of the things about that is that, like, how do I put this? The convenience of, like, nowadays, the convenience of buying certain things, that plays a big part in people. And also the fact that, like, how do I put it?
Dude, hang on. Can we just perseverate on that word convenience? I realize the two of you are really on the spot here, right? Because this is big. And convenience. So my ancestors, if we go back, because my ancestors were here, I trace part of my father's lineage to Virginia, So I grew up working class. My family had like 6 generations to not be working class. They're still working class. They couldn't figure out how to not be poor. You know what I mean? But somebody back there might have been a slave owner. I don't know. Probably not, because most people didn't own slaves. But like, it's convenience. My ancestors just said, well, it's convenience. I don't do it. I don't deal with this. I'm just like, y'all, more people talk about Papa John, have an opinion about Papa John that's wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's not wrong, but when I ask people, he dropped the M-bomb, so he must have called someone the M-bomb or whatever. It's like, okay, maybe not exactly that, but when we talk about that, we're not talking about this. And there are more slaves in the world today than at any point in human history. By far and away, there are more slaves than there were slaves in the United States back at the peak of slavery. By far and away. Not even a question. And the life of slaves today is worse than it's ever been. Disposable people, very disposable. So it's nothing. You know, back in the United States, I'm not going to go into that, okay? So look. So the question is convenience. Okay. It's all convenient. How many people in the classroom seriously take the time to buy clothing that you know is not made in sweatshops and that doesn't have any slave labor in it? How many people in the classroom do that? One. If there was one person I would have picked out, it probably would have been you, by the way. Wait, hang on.
I can't say that it hasn't been produced in slave labor, but I can say that it's more sustainable.
More sustainable,
It's
okay.
been thrifted.
Okay,
and
so you make
donated
it.
clothes. And
Go
so
ahead.
it's a little bit more sustainable because you're not contributing to fast fashion. I'm really happy that she was brave enough to admit that. It's a big thing. So thank you.
No, it's big. Yeah. So Colton, by the way, your cell phone has slave labor, and it's some of the most egregious labor. So there we have it in the Congo. So that's not, it's south of where your peeps are from. But like, dudes, this is like, Colton, everybody, you have a cell phone, it has slave labor in it. You have clothing at home, it has slave labor in it. I think a really serious issue. Because what happens is we get caught sometimes in the conversations that just suck us in. It's like it pulls us in and we can't nod, and suddenly I'm talking about pizza and the NFL and so on. And meanwhile, I'm not paying attention to this, and I'm not paying attention to this, and I'm not paying attention to other things that I really could pay attention to. But if I do, I have to look at myself instead of pointing fingers at somebody like this guy, John Schneider guy, or whatever his last name is.